Incredibly valuable as well in a game where you're against an Elder Titan. Just a straight flat armor bonus in the team.
Everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, hard, baby. Yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, glass empty. How about I get another drink, baby, okay, I get it. You got fire burning right there in your eyes. So when you got
against himself on the other team, the Storm and the Skywrath Mage with pretty early silences. So it's a lot of weight to carry.
Yeah, and you know, just straight up looking at the lane, how we have it in the matchup mid, Wish, Puck versus the Miracle Storm. What's going to come out of this? Are we going to see an even trade, or is someone going to struggle in this matchup?
Yeah, I expect them both to get their farm. Eventually, Storm just is content to hit up the neutrals. Puck doesn't have the best options for roaming. Centaur, if he gets the Vanguard before Puck 6, which we've seen about minutes come out plan, and he's probably not a good target, and he's got the
down on the bottom. Now LTW, he knows Sven, he's going to have the ability to flash farm in the jungle. When it comes to the lane though, how much pressure are these two going to be able to put on him? This duo lane of the Phoenix and the Underlord.
be bought for that. Yeah, they want the orc, the astral spirit chargeable.
They always
So
go after
once the ET gets bonus armor and damage, Kuroki just quickly gives them that Fortune's End. And
I mean that makes it pretty rough. I mean, what do you do as an ET up here with that in play?
I don't know. And bottom line, I think Skywrath will do a good job of zoning away the Phoenix. So
I got that. Level 2 is going to be hit. So Spartan has got the stop. He's going to try and turn towards Kuroki, but now he's got to run. Focus. He's in with the dagger on towards Kuro, as they will be able to bring him down. But of course, same time down bottom, it was NIGMA that were able to find the first blood.
And Sven Sky, that's a scary lane. A lot of damage. Sven's one of the few carries that can help really early on when it comes to killing duos with supports.
Yeah, and just it's going to be very interesting to see what GH is able to do. You know, we heard the other day, and from Fogged in particular, he really doesn't rate Skywrath as a hero, right? He's going to be able to show the impact that this hero can have, despite the fact that just on paper, it's just well, it feels like paper.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, GH, very stylish 4-position player. He always likes these kill threat playmakers. And Skywrath Mage, that's literally all he does. You know, Skywrath Mage, he's meant to have 20 kills at the end of the game, even as a 4-position. He buys her out of Athos, goes for all the damage items for himself. He's not one of those 4 positions that are going to buy a Solar Crest or a 4-staff. It's all about laying it out. And they've got a lot of carries, or cores, excuse me, that kind of do their own thing. Like Storm's going to buy his own defensive items. He's going to buy his own defensive items. He's got the Oracle to back him up.
That's true.
So I think GH kind of has free reign of the map and not really having to concern himself with taking care of his cores.
And just saying, when you're on the Skywrath, you're kind of looking for the kill steals.
Oh, I mean, you don't actually look for the kill steals. You do a bajillion damage, so you kind of end up with all the kills usually. If they're underneath that, I don't even know what his ultimate is called.
Mystic Flare.
Mystic Flare, thank you. If you're underneath that Mystic Flare, you are taking all the damage.
Well, and they've got good ways to hold people in it. All the other 4 heroes having some sort of root or pull or stun. So they'll have to watch out for that. Anyone losing out too much on these first few minutes when it comes to cores, or is everyone rather happy, really?
I just think the Storm is super happy. #1 CS by a large margin, and PA seems to be doing decent up top, but they're getting a few kills onto Kuroki.
Spartan, he's actually going to be able to, he's going to take a tower hit here. It doesn't matter. Ends up being able to pop the salve and step away. So again, I mean, these kills happening on the side lane at the exact same time, pretty much.
Yeah, PA is actually tied with Storm for net worth, despite having half his CS. So that tells you a lot about how much these kills are bolstering his timings. But I'm just concerned that the kill combos for NIGMA are so much easier to execute that there's going to be this 8 to 15 minute window where both Sven and PA are going to be hitting creeps, and it's going to be much easier to gank the PA than Sven. So if he can get to a Battle Fury without any deaths, I think this game might actually tilt heavily in favor of Brame for momentum-wise following that.
Okay, and you think that will be the route that Focus goes? We're not going to... This isn't a game to go for the Deso rush on the PA?
Deso against Sven just seems kind of... returns there when all of his team has so much armor. You don't counter armor with minus armor. You counter minus armor with armor, Owen.
Well, there we go. So yeah, as you said, I'm sure we'll see him go pretty heavy on the farming this game in an attempt to match that of ILTW. Top lane, they've got the setup with the stomp. They're over towards Kuroki. And it's trying the purge off on himself, but Focus is able to step aside and he'll be able to line up another dagger. Good stomp actually from Mind Control. Stops Focus from being able to get the dagger off whilst he was in range. So a nice little play there from Mind Control will keep Kuro safe for now. And Spartan's going to continue to hunt through this tree line. Maybe see if he can find him. And he's going to catch him with the Spirit. He knows he's here. And there's the setup. Focus able to jump across. That's the third kill. I mean, Focus, he's... You know, on paper, it looked like it was a nice idea. I put Kuro in the top lane as the Oracle so he can deal with the Spirit. The problem is it's ended up just being free food for this PA. It's 3 kills already on the Oracle in the safe lane.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on the side of Brame. They know that Centaur is rushing the Vanguard, so he has no boots. He's not a threat at all. They can literally walk around him in circles, and Mind Control's trying to get the return kills, but ET just walks away. So they're doing a great job of picking on the Oracle.
See over here in the river spawn. Did come across trying to interrupt with the power room, but Miracle's still able to find the pickup with the level 6 hit. Miracle's going to be able to chase across. Get the bottle refill with that illusion picked up. Also taking a kill for himself.
It's all going to be this first market movement. Can they catch the PA? The Underlord, despite I don't think being that great against Sven, because Sven is a lot of percent damage, which doesn't get mitigated by the Underlord's aura, should be able to fend for himself bottom, which means that Brame should be able to dedicate their counterplay resources, the ET Stomp, the Puck Coil, to protecting the PA in the mid game.
Yeah, we see that as well. Looks like Wish did have an attempt on Miracle with that first Dream Coil, and Miracle just able to get away, so...
Could have been the nerf.
Over here now.
I didn't see exactly how much HP he survived with, but they nerfed that level 1 coil by 100 damage.
You know what? I think it was. I believe we saw Miracle on about 50 HP.
Wow.
Do you like this as well, RTW? He's loving life. He's got himself a golden hand.
The fact that he got away with it on Sven.
2 minutes faster than the fastest, Brian. It was only in one of a match was ever brought on Sven in this patch. But hey, it's a record.
Yeah, that's like saying you got first at PE, you know? There's just not much competition there. But I'll respect it. The fact that he got away with it this early on in the game. Underlord usually requires you to buy a much more sustain. Skywrath, not a support that's going to help you in lane in that regard. So the fact that he's now planning to go jungle, it makes sense to me that he went this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's going to pay off in the long run. As you said, he knows the PA is also going to go the farm route with the Battle Fury. Time is going to be there. And I mean, how do...
It's like, look at the supports, right? Like, are you going to get with the Phoenix or the ET? The Underlord ain't going to move. It's a little awkward. I think that's kind of why he went to minus. He's like, I'm just going to give my Skywrath Mage the lane.
Yeah.
They'd probably have to bring 3 or 4 heroes just to bring down GH.
Oh, we're going to see them have another attempt here onto Miracle. They've got him in the Dream Core. Silence to follow up. Stab people by him a little bit of time. Miracle's still alive. He's going to be able to zip away. And look, Focus, he's looking for him. Miracle with a little bit more mana left. In fact, Miracle playing a little cheeky, stays in the river so he can get another hit off onto Focus. It's buying time for Mind Control and Kuro to cross and cross. That was Miracle, he baits them in. They do jump in again with the silence, but Kuro's there with the save. Miracle more than fine. Wish is not going to be able to chase him down. As now Wish, he's in a world of pain as he's going to get taken out. GH with the double kill. Very cute team play there from NIGMA as Miracle. You know, he could have zipped up to the high ground, just played it safe, but he knew and the puck, bro.
And the PA revealed a ward when he daggered Miracle and blinked onto him. So they got a D ward on top of that. I don't know. Salt in the wounds, man. Sven has a single aim stack. Okay. And so much attention's brought away from him now, as he's even able to rotate back to lane for 1 or 2 creep waves. He's going and go back to farming the jungle. Possess mass for PA. That's pretty nice, but he does. I mean, he was #1 net worth for that engagement on the PA. So that's just such a big momentum swing in terms of timings.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sees away our Spartan's not going to be able to do anything.
Really, all you can do, right? Annoy him a bit.
A tap on the shoulder.
Are those cracks in
God Strength's back up. GH and Kuro, they're going to look to get active with this down bottom. GH, he's hit the 6 off the back of those 2 kills he picked up. So Mystic Flare is at the ready. Skylark done. The Ancient Seal. It's a lot of damage. Not a chance there for the Underlord. They do get a stomp onto the free. That will set up for a lovely 3-man Dream Coil as Wish and Spartan. They come in with the counterplay. They're taking out it's over. They're taking out GH. It looked like maybe with the Stampede get Kuro out there. He's deep into the trees. Spartan. They're going to keep looking for him. Wishing as well. They've found him. They'll take all 3. As NIGMA, they commit onto the Underlord. Brame are ready for that, and they make a beautiful counterplay there between the ET and the Puck. Zap.
Well, there's going to be a counter kill coming out from Miracle. Most notably, top tower did go down. This is exactly how Centaur wants to be playing. Very shitty offlane hero. He's not the type that's going to rotate in and help teammates like a Mars in this case. So, not the end of the world for Enigma. They did give up a couple crucial kills there, but at the end of the day, it's a 2 for 3 and a tower. So I'd say it's about even.
Ooh, Dire's courier got killed.
7 to 6, 1k lead at the moment for Enigma. Very evenly matched between especially the carries and mids. Well, setting up to be a close one, but as time passes and with the stacks that ILTW has, it's going to be quite a challenge for the Focus to keep up on the... And he stacks at the ready for him, so a little bit of extra gold available on the map for ILTW in comparison.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower. Dire's
It
structures
feels like
are
they need to
fortified.
dedicate so many more resources on the side of Brame to do the exact same thing. As you see Mind Control, he just walks mid and is just tanking the tower. They're actually going to get this tower most likely with this 10-minute catapult. Only takes them 2 heroes. On the other hand, GH was getting levels bottom, so Ben's hitting neutrals.
Look at GH as well, he's got a Rod of Atos.
Yeah, that's super early. He kills anyone with that. As long as Puck does not get the phase shift off, everyone on Brame will die. And that's just a 4 position who he's not obligated to be anywhere on the map. He's not going to be any predictable farming patterns. He can walk wherever he wants. And they probably have to use coil, especially because every other form of catch they have is a slow.
We've seen so far, Mind Control, he'll absolutely pop that Stampede to save his supports.
The map feels so much better for Enigma right now. They're just farming everywhere. Storm's farming mid, Skyearth was farming bottom, Ancients are being farmed by Sven, top lane being cut by Centaur. They're just getting so much more out of the map right now, and they're getting on all the heroes. Like, all their heroes need this too.
And at what point do you think Brame they're going to start to get active with their PA? Like, is the Battle Fury the BKB then you have to go, or do you just keep hitting the creeps?
That's the thing about their lineup, and I think that's why Enigma's doing such a good job of optimizing, is they know that Brame really has no moves. PA is their #1 net worth, and PA doesn't do anything. So it looks like they're going to try to make something happen with this smoke, but I have to imagine that Best is going to net 1 kills, and probably not an objective. But I don't mind it. Get yourself out on the map.
I see Mind Control.
Radiant's bottom tower is no problem.
Is he dead?
That's an awkward pause.
There's a little bit of an awkward one here, but they don't see anything. I mean, Nigma literally see nothing at all, so they're probably going to be quite suspect to a smoke play happening. See earlier on some of these kills that they were able to pick.
Death right there.
Them just...
Neither of them were within 1,000 units of him, and he just died to long-range stuns and nukes.
He's not joining.
That hurts. I mean, okay, Brian, you look into the future. What are we going to see here? What's going to happen?
I think Mind Control is going to die, and then
he's going to die.
Brame is going to lose 2 heroes in kill Mind Control.
And we'll see again the easy kill, but then the really nice turnaround. I mean, excellent stomp there from Spartan. Means that Brame are able
to... Got the Midas off, though. I didn't even know.
Did he actually?
That. Yeah, he did. Midas right
well, there you go. There you go.
Priorities.
He's going to be fine with that. You think Mind Control's dead? He has Hood, he has Stampede. It's not enough. You feel that he's going to get, what, Dream Coiled, Firestorm?
I think it's the percent damage from Phoenix that's going to put him over the edge. But they're going to have to use virtually everything if they want to. He's either going to get ignored or killed.
There we go. They're kind of half-heartedly going on him.
Yeah, that's my version of ignored.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to commit the coil. They want to save that for something else. Miracle actually zipping in. And then stop the silence.
Oh no. This
The
looks
Underlord.
bad.
They got the Oracle in the sleep.
They got Miracle as well with the silence. As Miracle's going to get taken out now, they can turn their efforts over towards Kuroki. The Stampede will come into play from Mind Control. He looks to get the rest of them out of there. At the same time, GH, he was able to make a move on his own around the back lines, and with the Rod and the Mystic Flare, he just solos down the PA. So, at the end of the day, a 1-for-1, GH able to redeem the initial loss of the Storm Spirit as he picks up a big old kill himself.
If Skywrath Mage is allowed to just walk around the map, it is a nightmare to play carry. I can tell you from as a first-hand witness experiencer of this, victim, I would say, of this. You just get.
Hello, Oblivion.
Well, they can't get there. They
How
can't
are you,
help
bro?
him. As of now, they don't have any force stabs, anything to save him.
I see anytime that happens, the PA getting caught out. Also, RTW continues to free farm.
Who's gonna win?
They're literally right there. He's like, team?
So an AFK farming.
Stampede damage is actually what put him over the edge. That's awesome.
What does
Good
he
attempt
have?
to juke, but GH.
BKB.
Increased movement has no struggle. Running around the tree, finding opportunities to land the one. This is the sort of KDA you dream of when you're playing the Sky support. Everything going very well for GH right now.
He's just spending his spare time farming one creep at a camp. I mean, Centaur is just bluffing. Like, Mind Control is acting like his entire team is here. They don't see the supports.
So
they don't know where Oracle or Skywrath are. You may say, why don't they just go on him? He's completely alone. They don't know if his team's smoked behind him or not. Sven's missing. The two supports are missing. All they see was Storm bottom.
I've got the Battle Fury now done on focus, so now begin that ability to start to try and catch up at least with the Sven. It's not going to be easy though. ILTW very, very farmed right now. As bottom lane, GH again as
oh my god,
will stop him from getting off of the
No, not the PA, man.
Out comes the jump on GH. This he'll be punished for trying to dive in and use Phoenix. Chases and done quite yet. Wish and Spartan in straight away over towards Kuro. They'll drop down the Dream Coil. Kuro can't be helped. Miracle's got to stay in the invis. No fight to be had here. At least for now. Mind Control's heading over. Just hit the blink. Maybe they can look to try and catch out one of them. They've got their eyes on Wish. Oh, but he's quick with a phase shift.
Go back.
And Wish will get orchided for the stomps that against Spartan. Some phenomenal stomps this game. Keeping his team safe. Miracle still has mana to play with. The Spartan kind of throws his body in. He knows someone's got to die. He'll let it be himself. Give time for Wish to get away as the puck. So Spartan coming in clutch again, saving his cause.
And just meanwhile, it's PA that's participating in these.
Same here, bro. कहाँ से हो?
Gold as well, and it should only be more the more and more this happens.
Dota खेलते हो क्या?
I mean,
देखते ही हो.
what can they do about this? How do you stop this Sven? Just getting away with wherever he wants to go and hitting whatever he wants.
Need more heroes to do the same thing. If NIGMA goes for a kill, it really only has to be 2 heroes. On the other hand, it has to be at least 4 heroes for Brame to get anything done, which means there's just naturally more things happening on the map in favor of NIGMA as Mind Control narrowly escapes. Notice how they have 2 heroes. Mind Control's not afraid. While Wish feels like, oh, I have to show up for this.
Oh, Sven almost
you just see
BKB.
these hunting duos. You have
17
that's
minutes.
farming while Miracle and GH are walking around together and do really whatever he wants on the map. And you have to get through these kill duos before you even get to
level
this
15.
And the problem is they keep responding to it on their side of the map. I think they have to kind of just go for it somewhere. Make a big play. It ain't going to get any better. Maybe they're just going to wait for the BKB on PA before they do anything.
Any saves?
No. Miracle. He's found Spartan. Control. He's just going to play around with Sky. Like, if they got any backup, GH trying to make it its way over.
They're just getting so much. There's an Oracle farming bottom right now. They have Sven farming top and Oracle farming bottom, and they're just like corralling them into their triangle.
I mean, you can really see, like, Brame, what do they do? They're trying to
How is
find
he
some
level
sort of
10?
move.
What?
Focus is trying to find some sort of space to get this BKB done after the Battle Fury, but it's not
it's
easy.
level
NIGMA
9.
making it very difficult for them.
Top.
And has he just hit the BKB timing yet? Not.
He
He has.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's
ILTW
rushing
BKB done.
Okay.
Level 16 Sven. If he wants to, he's ready to stop hitting creeps and start
They're
hitting
gonna smoke
heroes.
now.
Yeah, that's the
go.
Midas coming into play. 4-man smoke. Storm's got the DD. They see the courier though. They
Oh,
might
they also smoke.
know this is happening. They do ping it. Looks like ET's pinging it. So it's hard to
NIGMA is
tell
gonna
if
win
it's
this fight.
White, blue, or teal.
They're BKB. Let's see.
Definitely playing a little cautious here, Brame.
What?
Mind control. Gonna get
What?
dispelled. He streams down the high ground. It's not the case. Brame in the trees.
Yeah, smoke though. Stone? Oh my god. No.
Try and lead it
No.
on Miracle. Take him out of the silence into the Earth Spirit and the Supernova.
Typical
Nicely done by
Oh my
Brave.
God.
They cleanly take out the Storm Spirit. And now over to the side. Focus is maybe going to try and set up for another Mind Control. Getting jumped upon. Stampede on
Typical
corner.
Miracle,
RTW. He's going to come in with the counterplay. Starts to charge him, but he's been silenced. He'll look towards the bottom. First spine getting burst down by the
Anything
Mystic Flare.
else?
RTW is
No.
ready to try and go for more. Head straight over to
Yeah.
the Skylark, dealing a lot of damage
Oh,
here with the
he
God
can
Strength
kill
from the
him,
Echo
actually.
Saber. Skylark trying
no.
to run. RTW. He's been slowed down by the
spell.
Fire Spirits, and with that in mind, he's actually going to have to start backing away. As the BKB on court.
Oh my
RTW
god.
going for the TP out, but they found him with the pit.
Miracle.
The damage.
What
Still
did
having
you
to deal with him
do?
very carefully whilst he has the God Strength up, but now Focus is in. He's ready to jump straight in onto the Sven. ILTW gets taken out. A big kill there for Brave as
Miracle.
Focus, the one to pick it up.
Why?
An excellent start to the fight there, really, just throwing everything down onto the Storm and actually being able to catch NIGMA, sort of split off, and,
Yep,
and
they use
RTW
everything on
not having
Miracle.
anywhere near the impact that you would
I don't
have
know.
expected with the build-up and the item timings that he has this game.
Yeah, let's be clear. Sven has a BKB. Centaur can do his own thing.
क्या हो रहा है यार? Fuck. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है प्रो गेमिंग ब्रो मतलब सोचता तो हूँ
Storm was burstable.
अभी
That fight, they were up
Rank
on
तो
Storm in the
Divine
river.
2 गया था एक
They
बार
just have to be close enough
ऐसे ही
together.
बस कभी
That's
कभी
exactly what Brand has to do.
मन
Capitalize
करता है
on
कि
the
pro जाने का
mispositioning by NIGMA.
जब
They
B
just
rank
can't
होता
do
था
anything. Like,
demotivation
you're
क्या पता
going
है
back to the drawing
क्या
board.
बताएं आप
You don't have to change the game plan at all, NIGMA. You're getting all the farm you need, but you cannot let them keep doing this. Miracle is getting
वैसे I
yanked
support
at the start
NIGMA
of the fight.
They get in the jump each and
But
every time.
Miracle
They've
ऐसे ही
certainly
करता
got
है
the
यार हमेशा
damage to take him out
He
through
ends
the
up throwing.
disable that they have.
Just the Fate's Edict will be enough.
I will sit here again, Miracle just doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, Kuroki's all the way up in the river there.
BKB
Stampede
जाएगा.
to try to get it in position, but it's just not quick enough.
And then we see, I mean, ILTW obviously still feeling very, very strong. He still tries to continue the fight here, commencing in with the God Strength.
The Storm's the guy that's supposed to be locking them down for you, right? You see him getting kited all over the place. That's why this looks so
One more
awkward.
smoke.
That's just nicely done, and as it was, Skylark just having enough movement speed to step away from the
Miracle.
Sven. RTW not
But
quite
here's
able to
BKB.
stay on top of the target.
They're ready to go again.
Big time.
5-man smoke. I like it.
No,
They can turn this
don't
into
go
a
up.
Roche. They don't really have any damage items for Roche, though. They went the Lotus on Underlord as opposed to like a Solar Crest or Vlad, something like that. So purely the fighting route coming out from Brand.
Enigma now do have the BKB on Miracle, so harder to achieve last time round.
BKB
Phoenix
Miracle,
does
let's
get
go.
the Philosopher's Stone, so he may
What
have
is he going
some
next?
serious late game
Bloodstone?
impact here with that extra
Okay.
item or so that'll give you at 40 minutes. Seems one of the parts of the game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He gets like that Shivas or Eggs or Fresher. Centaur is going Ags, so he said, I'm not going to trust you, Kuroki, to save Miracle. I'm going to do it with my 40% damage reduction. I'm just kidding. It doesn't have to be toxic, but
Nice.
Radiant's middle tower.
it will help.
could
It
use
will,
some
it will
help.
certainly make the difference in those situations where everything's being thrown down onto the Storm.
Fuck,
See,
not
Brain.
going
Radiant
X.
structures
I think he can
have
get
been
some of a
snowboarded.
catch up top. Mind control. He's tanky
No.
The Stampede with the Dream Core's there ready for him.
team is
Wish
coming,
drops
though.
it down. The rest of NIGMA trying to get across
They're
to
gonna
help out
fight.
mind control, but it's already too late. Got the damage. Focus there, but take him down. LTW and Miracle maybe
Because
looking at fighting this, but they are without
They have big
the
BKBs.
Sensor.
They shouldn't
They
fight.
want to go in on this one.
go back,
Brame are
guys.
very much prepared for a team fight. Miracle. He's going to look for the zip over one Spartan in the river. Jump
What?
forward. But he's straight away into the pit. Has to put the BKB. The lowest on Spartan. Watch them as Spartan goes down.
He's dead.
Miracle getting hit hard by the Earth Splitter. And over to the side. Focus. He's just forcing
Yes,
out
they
to be
hard
out of the
there,
fight.
bhai.
And he's able to run him down. Get kill. As they take out ILTW, GH is able to TP away. But another
Radiant's
fight where
top tower
Brame,
is under
and they're
attack.
absolutely making it work. I mean, is there just sort of NIGMA getting caught out of position, Brian? What's going on?
They are
1
just
kill lead
outplaying
now.
them.
Fuck.
Yeah.
NIGMA
They
has
fucked up.
been farming 3 different parts of the map
Zero.
all
No.
game
Where did Radiant's
and
middle
getting
tower
punished
go?
for it. That's really all this is, and I love what
No,
Brame's
no.
doing. This is exactly how you punish this. Mind control. He's farming by himself. Look at where the rest of his team is. They're nowhere
He's
near.
not going NQB
I would say it's
first.
even greedy to go for that
AC.
small camp. They planted
Sure.
the ward to give them all the information they needed.
I mean,
and they're
Oh, no.
losing a hero.
Kind of stuck around. They want to keep the fight going with the Centaur
Twice
gone.
ILTW's done this. I don't know who's making the call, but I think you just cut your losses. Let the Centaur die, reset. Why? Why are we here? Having to pop BKBs at the very start of the fight. ET Splitter brings down ILTW down to like 20%.
Yeah, we've seen it multiple times now. Spartan getting some fantastic angles. I mean, he caught at least the 2 big ones there. Spartan catching ILTW and Miracle doing huge amounts of damage. Yeah, they've got to watch out for this ET. So he's been lining up some ultimates. And now look at the net worth. I mean, the PA, he's at the top now, Focus. He's taken over in a game where, for the most part, ILTW was completely out-farming him. See how the level situation is as well. ILTW still ahead with the levels because of that Midas. But, you know, he's very, very close behind him, Focus. And he's going to have the full Deso ready for the next fight.
Yeah, this carry-to-carry matchup is not one where if they're even, they're even. PA is supposed to have far less net worth than a Sven at this stage in the game. So NIGMA knows this. They know it is not going to get easier from here. PA is bringing out the Deso. Time to get rolling.
Yeah, and they're coming in with the smoke, NIGMA. Yeah, they're determined to find a team fight where they're the ones to get the jump. The last few times it's been Brame having the ability to set up and go.
No, they cannot burst him.
Surprise focus.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna get jumped. They're gonna
Damage?
They're gonna try and get the follow-ups down into it.
Did they have damage? No. Hit that. Oh my god.
He's gonna go off successfully. They were one hit away
Bro.
from taking it down, but Stamana's able to get it off. Now with the Dream Call out, controlling both
He used the
Miracle and
BKB
RTW.
also.
They've got to be careful on NIGMA. Brame, they'll continue to poke and prod at them. Miracle's got to go down to the low ground. RTW, he's caught behind the
Oh,
curve with the
NIGMA
BKB
lost.
RTW, he's trying to
Oh,
get
no,
in.
wait.
The promise does come out. Kuro,
Wait,
able to
wait.
come over the save, but they're catching up the
but
strand. They're
NIGMA
throwing up
lost.
with the Yules. Wish and Skylight just continuing to control him. He blinks out, but the damage has
They're
already been
done.
done. ILTW falls,
Just call it.
focus into the river, finds Kuroki. There's 3 dead on NIGMA, and there's going to be another death added to this. There's Mind Control. He's caught in the Yules in the pit. They're holding him back. Mind Control will try to run, but Brame, they'll chase him down, take him out as
God.
well. 4 dead on NIGMA. As this time, I mean, NIGMA, they were actively looking for the action. They got...
What's going on, man?
Mile, you know, that's just what's happening here.
Gets in with the Dream Call. They're going to be able to fight him. Focus takes him out in 1 hit.
Death at my hands is
Okay. Try to use a Ghost Scepter when you get one-shotted by somebody you can't see.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help
One
as
as well as
our
focus, the
Radiant's
Paladin
top
sword.
tower
That
has
is
fallen.
perfect. They don't have any Vlads, they don't have any innate sustain for him, so that is the perfect tier 3 neutral item. He was
Radiant's
going for a
top tower
Satanic.
has looked better.
You could argue that it makes the Satanic better, but you also don't need it if you have a Satanic. But at this point, I mean, you saw what happened in the last
Satanic.
fight. They couldn't even bring him down when all he had was a BKB. and he hadn't even popped it yet. Once he gets that satanic, your chances of bursting him are little to none, and then he should heal right back to full.
I mean, they've just played it so perfectly. Focus 11, 2, and 3, and for all the farm and space that RTW got, it's just we haven't seen a situation where he's able to pop off at all in these team fights. All the 3 team fights that we've seen them turn up to with the Sven, RTW's just not really been able to have an impact. Brame have dealt with him perfectly.
Yeah, the Yules pickup was really good. They simply Underlord rooted him into a Yules, into the Underlord root, spent the entire Oracle ulti just sitting inside of an Underlord root, negating any damage he's going to output.
See NIGMA still trying to find some action. Of course, they've still got the Aegis that Miracle was able to get away with in that last a bit of action around the Roshan.
Yeah, this PA is not supposed to be this scary at this stage in the game because of what happened in the early to mid game. But because of those couple team fights botched by NIGMA, suddenly look at the way they're farming, right? Storm, just because he has an Aegis,
His wish very close to having one.
LTW here. The Enchanted Quiver does give True Strike on your first attack every 5 seconds. So the PA with 80% evasion, he has absolutely no way to deal with it just yet. Was really the only thing that allowed him to actually threaten focus there.
Absolutely, makes all the difference. We will see RTW as well, looking to get the MKB done next. Blink on Kuroki, this is going to be pretty big, and it means that he's going to be very able to always get in with the jump save for Miracle or RTW if RTW's popping off, and there we have it actually, the completed MP for RTW. So back to a stage where RTW does have the tools to go toe-to-toe with the PA in the fight.
It's so much easier for Focus to choose when he's going to fight though, because he has a 5-second cooldown, not cancelable blink, while ILTW has a regular blink.
So this is actually, I believe by looking at it, Focus, he's got enough money for the Reaver, but the Broadsword, I think it was on the Courier. So he's actually going to be without the Satanic for an additional minute and 40 seconds over what he would have had it at anyway. So a little bit of a hit there for the PA.
And they may be able to capitalize on this. That Satanic would have been huge for this coming up engagement here.
NIGMA. Get them up on the high. ILTW. This time it looks like he may be able to achieve the cleanup. They've still got 4 up. There's only 2 left here on Brame. Wish, he's trying to chase down Mind Control, but he hasn't got enough damage to commit for this, and ILTW, he's ready to chase. He looks to keep himself on top of Wish. They're going to be able to find him, aren't they, Wish? He's into the phase shift. He's out with the blink. Do catch him with the silence, though. And Kuro's in with a finishing blow. Purifying Flames finishes off Wish. As NIGMA, they're able to take their team fight after a bit of a rocky start. There was sort of clutch use of the Lotus Skylark, causing Miracle, I believe, not only Orchid, but also himself in with his own vortex. And that ended up getting sold at the start of the action before he get the BKB off whilst he was dream coiled. But at the end of the day, ILTW, this time round, he's able to do what he was gearing up for. A big cleanup from him, huge burst of XP as well. He's just a few creeps off the 25 now and Sven off the back of that fight.
You just have to be so careful on focus because he blinked away onto the Sven, away from the rest of his team. So that means that none of the saves are there. ILTW gets the stun up. Phoenix actually swooped in at the exact time he stunned, so he got a little bonus kill there. And there's no heal coming out. There's no fire spirits coming out. All the BKBs were already down, so PA couldn't defend herself. That's exact disaster situation despite
Skylark. It's fine. He's able to get the combo. He watched that tower last hit. And the fire spirits are going to make it a little difficult, but indeed the passive ends up getting it.
He might just die here.
They've got further control. And he's still got Kuro by his side. I'm going to continue to see if they can chase him, but the blink's available. Mind Control's able to break out of there. As he gets the tower, he gets out. NIGMA won't lose anything here.
There's just so much kill threat on both sides now. The PA is going to kill people in like 2 seconds, so he has to get escorted out by his entire team. No Roche spawn for them, a little unlucky. Only
as they head towards the mid lane. GH also with his blink done. And as we're seeing, a Miracle, I mean, quite a fair few. There's a lot of single target. They've got to be really careful and prepared for the Lotus moves to come out, as they have been causing some issues on some of the initiations that NIGMA's tried.
Over here now.
Brame.
Invisibility.
Up the staircase. Sit. They'll actually start to back off now that the smoke comes to an end for Brame.
So many tense moments in this game. Just completely quiet.
I mean, this is what you want to see here. 2 evenly farmed teams at the 36-minute mark, 19 to 22. It's been up and down a little bit on the way here, but we definitely got to a point where both teams fully capable of winning team fights. Incredibly close here between these 2 squads.
Yeah, you just don't get anything for free. Anytime either team slipped up even slightly, it's been punished to full extent. That's what you like to see. Dota is not a mistake-free game. No matter how good you are, you're going to sometimes mess up, be out of position a bit, and we're seeing it get punished.
Do they want to go on Mind Control? Probably not. A little bit of a tickle. Nothing more.
They see the ward, though. They have the sentry on the low ground, ET Spirit on the high ground.
Do you like these choices from the carries? And their continued progression, focus, getting the Nullifier next, and we'll actually see, because he has shown that he's getting the Eons. Oh, is he over at the river? Gonna try for a jump. But Wish, he's actually able to get the Dream Coil off. BKB's come out here from Miracle ILTW. He's been trying to turn towards Focus, but Focus with his own BKB up, he's more than fine. Now NIGMA's got to be careful. With the BKBs wearing off on their cores, ILTW and Miracle they've got to be so cautious about how they commit here.
No coil though.
ILTW tries to get him, but it's been disarmed. Outlook comes out, Skylark just continuing to fight them pretty heavily here. Drops the pit down as Mind Control backing off very low right now. Getting extra still and the pullback onto Skylark. ILTW really willing to get back in, but the daggers continue to come from Focus, cancelling his blink dagger. I'm able to finish off Skylark. ILTW, he's got to be careful. He's trying to fight around this. The Hoostomp does come and trying to hold back the two of them, but Wish, he's still on to ILTW. That's the Sven down for 100 seconds. They're going to be able to pick up Mind Control as well as Brame. They'll come out on top of the fight. Roshan's up. They'll head to the pit. They'll get this as well.
They might just take the shard on PA. That gives you the break, so Sven no cleave, Centaur no return, more so on the cleave that it matters.
I mean, as I was saying, ILTW, he wants the Eon disc. He's already shown it with the recipe here. Oh, Miracle! He tried for something big. He did actually get the kill. They get the kill on Roshan. Brame, they'll still be able to pick up the Aegis. Did they pick up everything else as well? They did. They got the shard. And they did get the cheese. Yeah. They did. So they got everything else. But, hey, you know, Miracle stole an Aegis earlier. He steals a kill there on the Roche.
Yeah, this Sven matchup, though, you're seeing how well Focus is playing it. He's not entering the fight, consistently canceling his blink on ILTW, so he can't enter the fights, and eventually dying to that butt dagger.
And they found GH in the trees. He's not got a TP. There's no escape for him. It's going to be another pickup here for Brame.
Top tower is under attack.
And this Bullfire is moving a Warcry now.
Tower has fallen.
Absolutely no way to shield yourself from this minus armor.
I mean, with all the action, I'm not being able to really say it, but and also because he's seen ILTW, he's picked up the Eon Disc recipe. So now, do you actually want to finish this Eon Disc against and the PA that's already got no...
I think you need another item than an Eon Disc anyway. It's like, I understand why he would buy it, but I think you're the one that has to kill the PK, not the other way around.
Focus, he's in. BKB's able to come out and attack Kuro. He throws himself into the front lines there. As Kuro goes down, Scarlet's going to look to back them off for now. With the buyback coming in for Kuroki, they'll respect it, and Centaur will still end up going down there.
He died to the percent-based DOT? Wow, that's...
I mean, this
is the nail in the coffin, I think. I don't know.
Whoa, 6 lead now, 27-20. Brame absolutely giving it their all here against NIGMA as Focus, 12-3-7, level 25. It's got the Penta Edge as well. Beautiful item to find.
Once you lose map control against PA, you just never see her, and you just die, like instantly. So they have to be very careful on NIGMA, camping high grounds.
Turning over. Dash gonna go in. He's in with the nullifier. RTW needs help, he needs it now. RTW puts the BKB. The Focus. He's just standing his ground and fighting the Sven. They are in with the counterplay there. They'll take him down once. That's the edge is gone, but he tries to run. He goes, snaps the coil. RTW is dead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, no Sven here. 90 seconds without him. Of course, it's just short of the buyback. Brame might be able to get away with a high ground siege here. They're heading into the base, up to the tier 3.
Structures are fortified.
They have no Sven, man. I don't think they can defend. They might need to kill like somebody so fast that they can't react and then reset on the storm in the sky.
Miracle, he's going to drop for the big grab. He's able to get on top of Wish. Wish is forced out to the side, and they're able to save him. They are. Wish, he's going to be able to live. They get him out. GH is going to be the one to go down. The Stampede popped, just an attempt to try and get everybody away from Brame.
Such a sick save from the Force staff there.
Yeah. Oh, he's spotting the Force, the Glimmer. It keeps Fish alive.
Support, change games, people.
And now they're just going to move around to the bottom lane. They know now at this point, Sven, he's not got the money for buyback. He's not coming back into this. Brame could continue to do damage.
Is Radiant going to let their bottom barracks fall? Dire have
as their aims, they continue to fly in here with the bunch they're fighting. Oh, the bitch! Miracle, he tries to clear the way, but they catch him with the Dream Coil. Miracle's gone. He's got a buyback, but he's dead for 90. Skylark, he's ready to continue taking up. He's got a full half. As they're going for the megas here. 10 seconds, RTW is going to be back up, but the mega creeps, they're going to be out and against them. And Brame, they're not going anywhere. They're going to keep pushing on. Mind Control's going to get the jump on the back line. They're trying to nuke down the Phoenix. Can they do so in time? They can. They bring down Savannah. Now Mind Control's going to be a new focus here. Caught in the pit. Cutting him up. Wish jumps in. You see RTW trying to get involved in the fight. Comes and gets pinned immediately. Pokes the BKB. Turns towards Focus. Focus is just able to heal back up. He stands his ground. RTW can't kill the PA as Focus will turn and he kills everybody else. Takes down Kuroki. Brame, they'll back off for now. Proving to be incredibly difficult here for NIGMA to do anything. Brame just starting to play around with them. As Focus is going to start the action off onto Mind Control. See what sort of backup they can bring. Focus continue to jump forward. Miracle pushing for the high ground. Miracle is going to try and make the jump. They jump at the same time with RTW. The G calls down though. They try to burst this PA. They can't do so. The low storm straight out onto Focus. Focus, he's able to turn. They bring down RTW. They bring down Miracle. No buybacks left available for NIGMA. as GG is called. Brame will take game 1.
Yikes on that pause right there.
Recommence.
That's the smash the keyboard pause, you know.
Yeah, that's an exciting pause.
Yeah.
Dire
I'm not gonna lie, I think NIGMA may have underestimated Brame going into this series. They did not play clean when they were up by 5,000 gold 20 minutes into the game. Brame is no pushover. You
Absolutely
have
not.
to play.
Never been in there. What happened to NIGMA? Yep. Sven died to coil, what the fuck? Did he actually die to coil? Or?
We'll take the lead for now in the best of 3. 1-0 for Brame.
Thank you, Odie Pixel on BSJ. Yeah, that first game, Brame looking good there with the team fight coordination. We're going to talk about that and everything game 1. And of course, prepare for game 2. After the break.
Death at my hands is an honor.
When is next match?
What's your style? Get
They lost, Charlie.
take a stab in the dark tonight. I'm vulnerable to the danger, but I'm gonna break if I don't dare. You're gonna leave and I'm gonna
Early off the back on superior team fight, because at the start.
I'll line the bomb up with them, and I'll shoot the ones I couldn't be okay. Yeah, I'll shoot the swords that kept my light at bay.
Dire's top tower is gone. Just a cold fog left behind. Radiant's middle tower could use some help. Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You even said there was nothing to feel. I got the whole
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
Yeah, I'll shoot the swords that kept my light at bay.
Dire Snow fortified their structures.
I'll be awake beside you for hours. You brought me tears and I brought you flowers.
Haste.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help. Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away.
Always been harmless. If you'd have harmed me less, maybe I would still be
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Just as I envisaged.
Shadows in the neon light. We are shadows in the neon
not in it.
I trust there was a good reason. Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away!
Invisibility.
Better help Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
We got game 2! Woo!
We got game 2! Woo! That's
Leading on Dire's top tower.
behind. It was their decision.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire have fortified their structures. They're beating on Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower is under attack. Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire's top tower has fallen.
oils, so much magic damage and burst.
It's kind of like the love-hate of this matchup where Willow itself can be killed because of the
remaining.
AoE spells coming out, but also Willow thrives to lock down the roots and the messiness of the fight that these heroes, if they get picked off, they can die quite quickly. Of course, Puck can be elusive as well. It's not the worst, it's not the best. It's not a hard stun. I guess that's the key thing that you're looking at here. It's not a hard stun, and you're a hero that also can die. For sure.
I get that. I fear for
Dire team.
Love the way you always, always leave me. Why do I, baby, why do I? Love the touch but never love the feeling. Why do I, baby, why do I?
sort of innate survivability. He's a great
I mean, Shadow Realm is a little bit of a survivability.
Yeah, but that's where Carl was talking about the whole idea of Earthquake Puck can mitigate that defensiveness. That
Okay. Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, both teams. Oh my Jesus! Look at this. So Brame, they got the Grim. Yeah, the Grim Earthquake. Brame have run Grim offlane in history, and like probably 2.5 patches ago.
Yeah.
Will we see it now? Probably not. It's just gonna be the 5 and 4.
I don't know, guys. I'll try to plug into Puck Earth Spirit. It's just...
Earthquake was a good hero right now.
Again, it is a concept though, it's about pacing, right? You said at the start of the very show, you want NIGMA to be strong and aggressive. That's what Juggernaut can bring. Good window to play.
And he's got a safe lane with the Warlock behind him. That being said, Warlock on the back line is definitely not safe against the Puck and an Earth Spirit, but the thought is there.
The Warlock I'm concerned about a little bit, just for the idea of the hard lockdown. We mentioned as soon as Willow gets picked, you're like, okay, we need some stun.
Just compare the drafts already. Like PA versus Jug. PA is going to be significantly more active in a team fight. But once again, two squishy supports for NIGMA that are susceptible to just being rocked by PA. And we're saving last pick now for Miracle, but is it going to be out of the box, or is it just going to be a Storm Spirit into an unfavorable matchup? And bear in mind, again, Storm is a hero that a lot of teams are comfortably just first toing because you don't have to hide that hero. You don't really care what the matchup is. You get a rune at 2, 3, and 4 minutes. You're going to trade it at worst.
This is the type. Yeah, I was going to say DK. I feel would be the best of the bunch for Miracle.
A fast draft. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're already at the final picks.
Yeah, we came in a little late.
Yeah, it just feels like both of these teams are drafting for themselves, if anything. You can see like how NIGMA, they're not really reacting. They're not going, we need this lockdown for the Puck. We need to prepare for this, because NIGMA's essence of their draft is if they want to take a fight, this Juggernaut, he can go for the SMY and MKB and Ags. He can take quite a lot of cheap fights. He doesn't often go for the greedier builds like other cores go for. RTW is a little bit more sacrificial with his build. And it does give them a nice, overwhelming presence. And they have last pick. We need to see Miracle on a hero that he can pop off on. Maybe even... No, it's actually difficult. Focus doesn't even feel that good because of the whole idea of PA. PA just rinses that. So yeah, Miracle's hero pool will be really put to the challenge here.
And what do we like to see here from Skylark? Because I believe that's the hero we're waiting for here for the last pick. Slardar. Yeah, you heard Brian say it as well.
Yep. LC's banned. It's the best laner. It's great synergy with your draft.
He does also like Doom and Tidehunter, both still in the pool.
I don't think Tide into
Underlord,
the Jug.
Of course.
Underlord, same deal. You don't. I think you just pick a hero that has a nice matchup. Don't allow enemy freeform.
Don't overcomplicate it. Like, both drafts are very clean looking, right? They have their ability to play in. Of course, Brame has a bit more pacing and skirmish to it. We just saw how amazing that PA performance was. It's going to set itself up for the exact same type of game here. There isn't that instant, we got you on this PA pick. Yeah, anything pretty stable in the offlane. Like, I'm looking at his hero pool. Beastmaster, of course, isn't an offlane anymore. Darkseid doesn't really work with the Jug.
It's tough into Warlock, but... You could also technically move the Puck to offlane, but Wish plays it so well, I really don't think you want to do that.
Yeah, you don't need to. You could also go for... Actually, no, you can't do that.
Anything but Sand King. Please. I beg of you.
We veto Sand King for sure.
No Sand King.
Fingers crossed, got 20 seconds here on the clock, and they look like they're still in thought. I think now we see people actually moving to their chairs, so the decision must have been made.
Did they just go NIGMA?
I think so.
I think so.
The hero that said I wasn't going to suggest, I was like, they're not going to pick it. of the Warlock. I assume because of the BKB piercing stun of Golem. And then they just
Medusa.
go for it. Okay. Wow.
I guess that is relying a lot on
That's
the
too
ability
greedy.
of Wish or Stillman to get into that back line to make sure that
Medusa
Warlock
lost
can
it.
get their ability.
This is
Ooh,
so-
Medusa.
So that's a great counter pick to the Enigma. I want to go back to the interview we had after they beat Secret.
Yeah.
We want to play fast. We feel
Yeah.
best when we play fast. We're playing the best when we play fast. And that's a Medusa Warlock juggernaut.
He didn't say when they were going to play fast, because when they get to 20 minutes, this is fast, it's group. But okay, think about the matchups right now. We got Nigma. The reason why it's so strong previously was because of Necrobook. So now New Age Enigma, you're not going to have that threat of pressure. I think that's the key identifier for Nigma, at least, is you're not going to have this instant tower pressure. And there isn't like that kind of, they're invading our jungle. They're not stealing our stack. So that's where the greediness can play into. So I actually like where Nigma went with this last pick. You have Medusa Stone Gaze to deal with the black hole. You also have Golem, so it's not really a good Enigma pick at the end of the time. But
yeah, but you know, this will be
it's contradictive to what they're saying.
This is a challenge for Brain. Like, if they're going to win this game, they've got to play with a lot of pace. They need kills. They need skirmish. They need to be all over the map and just overwhelming the Kuro and the boys around.
It's you're saying overwhelming, brother. Look, Staman, Earth Spirit. He's got to be like, whee! You know? No, you don't like the energy? Sorry, guys. Thought I'd bring a bit more childish energy to the panel. Guess it's not liked. We can go back to real analysis. As you were saying.
Don't worry. You know what? If we want real analysis, there's only two people that we can go to for that one. It's OD Pixel and BSJ for Game 2. Let's hear what they have to say.
Thank you very much, TVS. Game 2 here between NIGMA and Brame. Brian, what do you make of this? This is some greedy stuff here from NIGMA. I feel like if you're in a game, you pick Jug to carry us, and then your mid-last pick to do so, you're probably feeling a little bit ooh.
I was getting that same vibe right when that drafted, and I'm like, man, I thought I was supposed to carry this game, but I guess they probably practiced this. Medusa, in theory, is quite nice against these heroes. Puck relies on you having to run away. Medusa gets coiled and kind of just stands still, but I don't like either of the last two picks. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think Miracle is necessarily on a flashy hero that we all come to know and love him for. Yeah. And Enigma into Warlock. Like, you're already countered. I'm so triggered they didn't pick Slardar.
You wanted the Slardar, didn't you?
It's like the perfect Slardar game. It hard counters Jug. You have a PA. You have a Grimstroke. You're like the perfect Inkswell target in the mid game. So we just saw Liquid crush their series with 2 games of Slardar from Koikfa.
30 seconds
but,
to battle.
hey, that hero's not in the game. I'm not going to rage about it any further. If it's all about how much space Miracle has. Jug's a pretty good safe laner to buy time for Medusa. He doesn't mind staying in his own lane for maybe 12 minutes or so. And the longer you keep that bottom tier 1 alive, the longer your mid tier 1's going to stay alive. The longer Miracle gets to hit Ancients, and Enigma gets to play the nice chill farm game.
I mean, and is that sort of how the dynamic will work? Like, as the Jug, you're getting like the Asher, the Maelstrom, you're just running around the map whilst your Deucer is being the hard carry.
Yeah, I think you're completely content even maybe skipping Maelstrom. Just going like
Asher,
straight Manta, Scotty into MKB and eventually dealing with where you don't have to be, you just have to be alive on Jug. I know that sounds bad, but if you have Healing Ward and you're like running around the fight and baiting spells onto yourself, Miracle will carry you here. So you don't necessarily have to dish out all the damage, because you could just die as a Jug to the PA, Puck, a lot of silences, a lot of bursts.
I mean, and how does it feel this game, do you think, for Focus as the PA, having to carry against a Jug and a Deucer? You know, how do you feel as the PA in these matchups?
It's all about if they kill the Warlock, because then you have another carry on your team, and that's the Enigma, who one of the most hard scaling offlaners in the entire game. Without the Warlock in the picture, Enigma's kind of got free reign of team fights right now. Once he gets that BKB.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of the time, it's going to be a case of both the Enigma and the Warlock trying to hold their ults as long as possible in the team fights.
Absolutely. It just feels kind of underwhelming with that 50-second cooldown now on level 1 Eidolons. You just don't deny nearly as many creeps as you used to.
Yeah, we'll see how much he is able to take away from ILTW in the learning stage.
He's just dead.
He is, and that's dead with the TP use as well. That hurts. He's going to have to take the long walk back to the lane there.
Is not particularly fast.
No. That's going to take some time for him to crawl back to the bottom lane. It's top lane. I'm going to step outside the range of the ink swell. They'll be fine here. In fact, Spartan, he's the one taking good damage here from the two of them. He managed to get himself easily out of range of mind control there before the Curse Crown goes off.
Walk chain. All down lane. No good.
Yeah, that definitely hurts there for Skylark, and it's going to be pretty happy with that little bit of extra space. So see around here, Stamana. I'm going to take that away from Miracle. Gets in the water room. Top lane, Focus. Is he dead? He is. They're able to take him out, the two of them. Just overestimating his ability to survive against Mind Control and GH as they take him out with the combo.
This game's gearing up to get up real. As Skylar losing in level. A lot of win lanes back to lane. You don't necessarily want to win. Centaur geared up to absolutely free farm. All this being said, NIGMA wants to play the same game plan they did last game. Okay. Just farm on everybody. But with a hero like Medusa, Miracle's not going to get caught out like he did on Storm last game. That's not going to happen. I think it's all much harder.
Lots of step away from the Inkswell here. Focus trying his best to push back Mind Control. Mind Control getting pretty... Focus is able to quite finish him off. They've got the one charges to play. Control, he's got a perfectly
nice.
done then. Waits to the point where he guarantees the kill before losing his own life.
Yeah, chase him.
He's got the damage here. GH
has the ward to give him vision.
He does. Spartan's trying to run. GH got the Verifier so he can keep pushing on, and GH will get the job done.
Funny thing is, I don't think that ward ever saw him, but because he didn't see him under the ward, he knew exactly what path he was taking, so it didn't even reveal that he had a ward there. A little bonus there. As Centaur does go down, but Centaur just doesn't mind dying if the carry's also dying. You only mind dying as a hero like Centaur if it's going to make you more likely to die again, and I don't think that's the case here. He had to walk back. Did he try to TP out originally?
I think no, because his TP is available, so it must have just been on cooldown at the moment he respawned from a...
Maybe he just had some heroes top and the wave wasn't pushed in yet, so he didn't
so he saved the TP, yeah.
Okay. Plus 100.
Okay, it looks like he probably didn't miss too many creeps. The whole creep wave just meeting underneath the tower. And I mean, as you say, Mind Control, even though he did die, very unlikely to go down again now. With the Ring of Health, Ring of Regen, Ring of Protection, he's tanky.
Yeah, I just think the comeback potential of Brame's lineup is a lot less than it was last game.
Yeah, and we're really seeing sort of the effects of that early bit of a blunder down bottom from Skylark, as he's struggling to really have any sort of impact in the lane, slowing down RTW's farmers. RTW's having a great time. 21 last hits, 13 denies.
Yeah, Jug deals with Enigma quite nicely. That's almost why I was even more surprised to see the Enigma pick is, yeah, you have a BKB piercing disable, which is great in theory, but in lane, Jug is one of the few carries that can threaten to kill you early.
Miracle. Dove upon here. Have they got enough damage to bring him down? He's got the Fairy Fire. Miracle. Oh. He's actually going to be able to live.
Oh, no.
Takes out Stamana with a little bit of a helping hand coming in from GH. Miracle will survive and get the kill.
That's a disaster.
That's got a Brame. They're suffering on sort of all fronts here. All three lanes having hiccups here and there.
Yeah, Wish was only level 5. That's why. Miracle slightly out leveling him. Mid lane's always a race to 6. And they would decide to go despite Wish losing that race. He will get it now, though. They have a smoke. Our Spirit has TP'd back mid. Are they going to try to make this timing a thing?
Let's see. They're trying to get in on top of him mid.
Warlock.
Living. I mean, Kuros, he's healing up with this Shadow Word. They can't even kill him. He's actually going to be able to get away. They dropped the coil down, but they just didn't have enough damage to get anybody. Not even the Warlock.
Oh, bad.
It's got to hurt. Just a few moves being made here by Brame that just they're not paying off so far in these laning stages.
Yeah, Mind Control has a full hood. Might even be finding Spartan here.
Nice little moves there from Spartan. Make sure to not be caught out by the the maze. It might not matter, though. Damage here from the Who Stomp and the double edge. He's going to go for the TPO. They've got the damage. Another kill here for NIGMA.
I like this build for Mind Control here. I was wondering why he went Hood when he's laning against a PA. It's like, yeah, you want the Hood for all the other heroes, but he's just elected to max out a double edge, so effectively making it so he can use double edge to farm without killing himself. He can also nuke the PA without killing himself. And you're seeing it pay off. They've already gotten 3 kills in the top lane. That kill netted him on the PA earlier. Little things in these matchups. That's when you know somebody's a hero specialist.
Yeah, no, Mind Control knowing the exact way to go here.
Oh, you got a possessed mask on ILTW. They're looking up.
Oh, that's a lovely one. On RTW, indeed, as you said, phase straight into the S and Y. You know, he wants to battle this game. He's going to be running at you.
You just don't need any damage, guys. You don't need 2 carries. We need a bunch of different roles in the game, and 2 heroes dealing damage is not one of them. Jug kind of does decent damage with just stat items anyway. Like, you're enough of a threat that you can't just get ignored.
Top lane, focus. He's going to need some assistance. It's coming in. Actually, I say that. The TP actually being cancelled as Focus now has got to deal with the 2 of them on his own.
He canceled that on his own. Like, that wasn't canceled by somebody on Radiant.
Is under attack.
Just selected to think he was neat there.
I mean, it's kind of working out. It means that they're planning a kill over on the other side of the Focus. Looks like he will make... Well,
he's not living the dream, though.
Yeah, it's time spent just running away from NIGMA and not being able to hit creeps, which definitely hurts.
He does have boots, though, so he'll make it back to base faster. That's glass half full right there for you.
Top tower?
We'll see how's the progress for Skylark going. He's had to return to the jungle, opting to go the route of the Midas. Do you think this is the correct way to go after a tough start, or is this
I don't know what else you're supposed to do. What are you gonna do? Rush a blink? You can't go necro book or anything like that. Helm Dom, I don't think it's really a thing. So the issue is you have a
blocking camps.
It's like we were concerned about Miracle kind of taking the carry role from ILTW. But as I said, as we see Spartan.
Yeah, he sort of came over. I think he was trying to mess around with Miracle as Miracle did the Ancients, but he's only ended up giving Miracle as well.
Ancient creeps for Miracle there, as they're just going to instantly deward all this.
Free money.
But Jug, very independent farmer. Notice how he's the one that's allowed to occupy the lane bottom. On the other hand, Enigma, who's not an actual carry, it has to play like one. You know, he's sitting in his own jungle, taking the ultra safe farm, and it looks like he's planning on doing that for another 5 to 10 minutes by the fact that he's chewed up his Midas. So, you know, you got 3 seats in a car and you're trying to fit 5 heroes into it. I don't know, like, where they all sit. We're gonna have to do some lap sitting on, maybe sharing some farm camps.
I think they,
ILTW's even invading. He's
taking away some of what you have, It's gonna be hard. I mean, they're already down 3k. And as you said, we're going to get a Midas Enigma, Battle Fury PA, these heroes both needing time and space. A lot of pressure on Wish and the supporting cast to just make something happen here with the 3 of them. But Enigma's going to be prepared. They've got good ways to fight back. RTW, though, change silence. A nice kick there as well from Shtaman. And as, hey, that's what the 3 of them have got to do. They do it there. They catch out the Juggernaut.
You have a ward there. You see Enigma bottom. They have no other BKB piercing stuns, dude. You can't die there on Jug. Like, you just cannot die there. You have all the information in the world. No reason to walk to the low ground. He's actually pretty safe in the Ancients as long as he sees Enigma. And very sloppy death, I'll be honest with you, from ILTW.
Just going to give Brame the chance to push it on mid. They're actually going to be able to get Kuro out of this as well by the looks of it. They dive the tower. TP's are coming in, but Kuro will fall. ILTW is back in with the respawn. TP's in with the back of GH and Mind Control. They're going to try and run down Shtaman. Shtaman's going to have to roll up in a second. See if he can play his way out of this. He's into the trees. Won't be able to roll out as they are able to block his escape off. They'll take him out in return. Space in the mid though. Miracle doing a lot of damage here to the tier 1 tower. Wish will swing back across, but the Dream Coil still on cooldown for 20 seconds. So no out here.
Midas is online. Maybe he'll go like the Greaves route, you know? Maybe he'll go, because he has mana boots queued up.
He's got Blink as well queued up.
Okay, never mind. I actually didn't want him to do that, but based on the fact that he had mana boots queued up, I thought he might. I do believe Enigma has to somewhat carry this game. He has to go like the Blink, BKB, Refresher, Octarine, Lincolns, you know, all these items.
That's 6 on Kuro now. Nigma's team fight very strong. So RTW stepped up to the high ground, but they're ready waiting for him. RTW goes down. We'll see if Nigma can still clean up something in return. But they're committing in. GH is able to get the start from the back lines. They'll take down Spartan. See if they can get Stamanen as well. Stamanen, he's out of there. He's going to be fine. He's away. Wish also with the orb out and available, able to jump out of the reach of mind control. But another time RTW just losing his life as they're able to easily burst him as he's the one to head up to the high ground first.
When you guys see Jug seemingly randomly spin or people seemingly preemptively popping their BKBs, that's why. Because if you don't use your defensive tools right away against certain lineups, you're just going to die instantly. And ILTW not giving them enough respect. Brame chaining their silences and spells together perfectly.
Mind control. He's trying to catch the creep wave here behind the tower, but with the 3 of them that they've got and the silences in the burst, they can punish him. They take him out, dying behind the tower very unnecessarily.
This is kind of just a repeat of game 1. I don't know if it's going to be good enough this game for Brame. As I mentioned, like their comeback is more difficult.
They've got a PA again.
Playing better. Like, past the laning phase, they just play better so far this series. You got to stop slipping this up. You can't be ahead and then be feeding kills. That's exactly how Dota's coded to punish.
They found Miracle, or at least they're trying to. They've got the Dream Cock, and he's pretty low. They'll put the Stampede. Wishes he got enough damage. He hasn't. Mana's still pretty much full for Miracle, so he's got the tank ability to actually attempt to push back in on this. They haven't got the catch. Ooh, good attempt from GH with the Brambles, but won't quite catch Wish there on the jump out to the orb. As Brame's away, they force a heavy reaction from Nigma. They're able to back out without Nigma being able to grab anyone on the escape.
ILTW went back for the Maelstrom.
I was going to ask you about it. Are you a fan of that? You feel that you should have committed and played for the stat build? Does this sort of verge on the sort of the greedier side of things?
I don't think the way to dying is to buy rather than the fact that his hero is meant to die in this game. So maybe he thinks, okay, I'll just play a bit more passively on the map. But Medusa's already kind of doing that. I think ILTW has correctly been putting himself in risky scenarios, but he's not supposed to die in these risky scenarios. That's why it's correct. His hero's survivable, but they haven't had the black hole or anything. The threat of the black hole is seemingly more powerful than the actual black hole. As Skylark is getting space because of these deaths. That's the emphasis. Sure. I thought they were going to be sharing a lot of real estate. The map's open a lot. He's got the mana boots already 2/3 of the way to a blink dagger.
Yeah, like with the way that things are going, you're going to be feeling pretty good with this minus on Enigma at this stage.
Oh, absolutely. Like all
good.
The negative repercussions I was concerned about are not happening now. They are farming just as much. The net worth has stagnated. It was 4K 2 minutes ago, or 3 minutes ago. And now it's even less.
Yeah, Brame doing a good job off the back of the last few fights to keep a hold on this game. Enigma will be able to step up and take away this triangle from Brame. So as Miracle's farm, as you can see, just continues to stay right up at the top.
Yeah, focus gone for the Brown Boots Battle Fury, no other items. This is space.
Stamanen caught out behind the tower.
Not ideal, but space.
Mine.
People that are farming, that you need to be farming, are farming.
And I mean, for Brame, because they do have like the two core kit, the two carries, and this Jug and Medusa on Enigma side of things, is there a bit of urgency with like the Midas on the Enigma, the Battle Fury on the PA? Do you just keep hitting the creeps, keep trying to avoid fights, and just trust in PA to be able to carry against both of these later on?
They don't have that great a split push on Team Nigma, so I think Brame's idea is to play similarly to what Liquid did earlier, where you just wait the Medusa lineup to eventually separate. The difference in this game is they have Jug to deal a lot of tower.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Fast.
Dyer's middle tower
might just be dropping here. Casual.
Easy solo kill for RTW.
Skylark's ready to potentially hold.
Oh no, why you spin?
Just separate them and look for pick-offs. As you farm your Enigma on the side lane, your PA farms will blur. They don't have the best catch on Enigma. They have Centaur into Willow, which is decent, but once the BKBs come out, The puck doesn't really die to that combo.
Dire's middle
They'll have to pick and choose their fights carefully. Pick off the Warlock in the back lines. Leave the Medusa for last.
And I've got to ask Brian, is he going to do this? He's queuing up an early Rapier on Miracle.
If they can line it up with an Aegis, yes.
Rapier?
I believe he will. It does not give True Strike, so it is not nearly as powerful against PA as it used to be.
Dire's middle tower just went down.
Oh, that is very true. RTW, he's out here farming away from the rest of the team. They get the jump on him there, but the silence, they're coming with the Casper, the Who's
Not this time.
On the playthrough. Golem's down. This time Nigma's able to get in and save ILTW. They'll lose both Stamanen and Wish. Stamanen even buying back, but not able to get back in on this. This time around, the aggressive posture, it works out.
It was all set up for that moment. He had baited them into thinking he could die again, such that they could go high ground.
I mean, yeah, they certainly are. This tier 3 starting to take a bit of a beating here at 17 minutes in. Nigma feeling the strength that they have with this 6k lead. Conceives the base. 18 seconds, no Wish.
Yeah, this is just the battle.
And Micah trying to get the jump in over towards Skylar. Having the follow-up Snake, he's going to get kicked to the side, but Miracle's got the damage. They bring down the Enigma as well. And they're not going anywhere. Nigma push on, and 18 minutes in, they'll take the melee racks.
It's just, what are they going to do about it? Without Coil plus her Spirit ulti, where's the damage?
Middle barracks have fallen.
Like, PA ain't going to be doing it. He's got a Blightstone and a Battle Fury. Too much greed. It was looking pretty good for them, but suddenly when you go for that all-in kill on ILTW, suddenly gets turned around on you. Lose 2 crucial heroes and crucial cooldowns. Seems like Miracle kind of just does whatever he wants, and he's playing a clean game. 4-0-2 on Medusa.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
He's definitely, he's got the resume to show and say that, hey guys, trust me with the Rapier purchase.
Dire's
looking very clean so far, the performance, and he's going to get it at a very good time, as he's already, and with this tower, he'll have the money, he already does actually, to pick up the relic.
If we remember the the Liquid series earlier, the only reason their strategy worked was because Hellbear Smashers did not have enough tower damage to make you have to fight them. You could just ignore this ball. The Jug plus Medusa combo, you have to acknowledge that they are killing your base. Like, you can't just leave them alone here. And the Rapier just doubles down on that. It's like, okay, you don't want to fight us? You want your PA to be splitting? You want your Enigma to be splitting with a Midas? We're just going to hit your buildings with 350 bonus damage on Medusa, one of the safest Rapier carriers in the game. As they might find him here.
Oh, they might. Oh, actually overshoot the mark there. Might control the blink. They might still just get in focus, trying to put the blur. People are coming to try and help him out, but they're not getting here in time. Nigma catch and kill the PA.
That was a respect blink by Mind Control, because he's like, we're all missing. There's no way this PA is going to farm the hard camp, so I'm going to assume that he ran. And then they're like, nah, dude, he's still right there. And he's like, okay, I'm going to get the kill anyway.
DD Rune as well, sitting outside that Roche pit. That's going to be a temptation here for them, and I mean, it really is hitting that timing. You know, the Miracle's planned perfectly for this. The Mountain Magoldi's picked up over on the high ground. They come over the jump, but the counter plays there. The Golem just gets dropped down by Kuroki, and anything that Brame was trying to get going gets completely put to a stop.
It's too easy for LTW at this point. He's just got so much behind him. The Willow counter initiation, the Centaur blink, the Warlock golem.
Oh, they're feeling it right now here, Nigma, tipping one another. They know that this game is going very nicely for them here. 17-6, 12k lead, 20 minutes in around the Adusa and Jug duo core lineup. It's absolutely working out for Nigma. The kill, they just continue to roll in. They're in. On towards Spartan. Actually, also not enough damage. And maybe Scarlock is able to set up something in return. So he's going to hold off. Doesn't want to commit in whilst Brame haven't got everybody up. Enigma, they're pushing the top lane. Where's that purchase? Is it there yet? He's nearly got the money. He has.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah, he's got his courier in position. It's going to be a very fast timing. Relic picked up.
Top tower is
Got the last hit on the tower. Very good.
He's actually going
This
for
creep
rapier.
wave right here.
Here we have it. I mean, this has
Oh
got to be
my
the
God.
fastest this patch. I've never seen a few deuces, but I don't think we've seen the rapier rush this patch.
This is the perfect timing. Those buildings are going to start getting chunked. You have the sustain
It's
from
coming.
Warlock and the healing ward, so you shouldn't feel afraid to get poked down. They're smoked up, but you have to all in because of this sustain.
You're beating on Dire's
No
top
wear and tear
tower.
like we saw against the Sven in game 1.
And then we have, yeah, no surprise there, but it's faster than the fastest. Mine tries to get him with the jump there. I'm able to dodge it.
Those
Yeah,
cracks
you can't
in
fight
Dire's
this.
top
He's going to
tower.
walk out of the Midnight Pulls.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And I think we're going to find a very lame conclusion to this
Dire's
game.
top barracks are getting banged up.
Unless Brame's able to do something incredible. And Miracle, he's starting to hit the deadfall.
Dire's middle tower isn't
had the
going to
dragon
last
hit.
Where's
long.
Brame go?
Oh, and the girl.
It looks like they're abandoning the base. There's a deucer with a rapier in their tier 4 tower.
Dire's middle tower
They're out in the middle lane.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Skylark's hitting up the Ancients.
I mean, they've got to do something here.
Hey, he's hitting the Ancients.
They're defending.
While Miracle is about to hit
Is it
the
above?
Ancients.
I see.
The Ancients for Ancient.
Radiant's bottom
All
tower.
right. Well, they're going to try and put something
Feels
together
like
here.
above.
Stormbine's out. A Miracle, of course, with this rapier down. He's just taking them down very easily. Skylark dying in the fountain. It's going to be over. They're not going to be able to do anything about this. The Ancient falling.
A black hole?
He tries. He's out.
From the
Give him, give him.
rampage. Come on.
Come on, give him. Come on.
Oh no.
Oh, disappointment.
One black hole, finally.
Disappointed as well.
Yeah. Well, that was a game. 23 minutes in. You know, they come out with the jug and the deucer, and NIGMA, they certainly
8-0-5.
show us how it's done here. Flawless stuff. The rapier.
Enigma MVP? Yes. He black holed. What a game. When is game 3?
Very exciting here as it now stands 1-1 between NIGMA and Brame.
Seemed like Team NIGMA has heard our pleas and has started to playing extra fast, meaning extra fast finish for them here in game 2. And we are getting a third game as we prepare for that one. I was going to start that and then I saw Team Move. We're going to be right back.
After the break.
Yeah.
That was a nice game.
Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
before. This was very short or deep.
Middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
Moving away to the sea for a getaway. Car top down and we're driving just to feel young. Moving away to the sea. Moving away, can't you see? Sand in your feet, feel the breeze in the summertime. Stars in the sky, I'm driving for the first time. Moving away to the sea. Moving away, can't you see? We'll drink honey by the ocean. It's our favorite potion. Come on, baby, let me tell you one time that our days are never ending. No, our days are never ending.
Thing to point out about this is watch what pops up on the right side of our screen after we watch Miracle kill like
the third game of this series. So
when the lights are out, my heart is your home. When the stars are crashing, your heart is my own. And it goes on and on and on. Love goes on and on and on. Oh yeah, oh my darling, would you take me
no end to it. Swarm. Death control me. As the I'm free from life.
Tough spot. We'll see which one of these teams is going to be victorious here in the draft. I'm here with T-Gov and Kyle. And first pick, Warlock.
Dire team band. Radiant team's turn to ban.
ILBW, losing streak.
Dire team's turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. In your head, zombie. Dire team's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And the violence cause such silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me. It's not
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Tide hunter.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Every single day I got a heartache coming my way, 'cause you got a heart of ice.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
But I just paid the price. So I try, I'm trying to survive every every day, every night is a fight I hold tight. Shot
10 seconds remaining.
You are tearing me apart. Don't you know I love
5 seconds remaining.
What am I supposed to do?
Team ban.
The sack.
Dire team's turn to ban.
I'm trying to survive every day, every night is a fight I hold tight. Shot through the heart, you are tearing me apart. Don't you know I love you? What am I supposed to do?
Dies.
They
5 seconds
need
remaining.
cheap stuns though,
Yeah.
for Brame. Because right now, you said about the turnaround. Right now, they have one
Yeah.
Ravage.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. You know, and that alone is concerning because normally when you think of Ravage, it's been in the game. Flip side from NIGMA, they have the Warlock Golem to mirror that. So,
But they got the Rubik, they got their own Ravages.
That
I'm
is
sure
true,
that
yeah.
GH will have a field day on that. Question, you guys were mentioning earlier that you like as a core to deal with the Warlock and the Jugger in lane. Now that it looks like it's a Tidehunter off lane, would you want the Baton 4? Because normally you'd see the Phoenix 4, right?
I think Brame is being a little bit creative here
10
with the
seconds remaining.
Abaddon Tide flexing between 3 and 5 right now.
Okay.
Phoenix is most like
5
4,
seconds
and
remaining.
they're just kind of keeping a bit more open.
I can't let this. I actually think Abaddon as a core I'd like more.
No, yeah, for sure. Someone who can just stand in front of the tower.
Yeah, pick a ranged safe laner, or well, actually no, Morph is fine, right? You gush build support Tide with a Morph.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Is that real?
Well, the concept is that we've seen in other teams, like maybe from Smashers, where it's like the POS 5 with the big win condition ranged hero. That's where Tide 5, especially in the close qualifiers, getting to the lower division for EU, this was like half the games was like this hero popping up. So I can maybe see how they're coming to this
Radiant
conclusion
team's
of this
turn to
type of
pick.
draft, but it's very hit or miss.
Let's see. You can maybe go Legion Commander. It's not a terrible Darkseer game, maybe. You don't have stuns, right?
Not into Morphling though. I think you want to pick a hero
10
that can
seconds
actually
remaining.
apply some pressure in the lane.
Timbersaw still in the pool too.
Oh god,
5
Timbersaw's
seconds remaining.
nasty.
There's
actually.
not that many disables coming out from Brame, and they
But Morph does somewhat okay in the game against that. But yeah, I think just a hero that has some presence. I wouldn't mind like a casual Mars, for example. Just give him a bit more team fight.
more
Apply some
team
pressure.
fight.
Team's
Yeah,
turn
just
to
a little
pick.
bit. Just something to put him over the edge.
Oh, the DK though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rookies chuckling. They're like,
They
what are we
didn't
playing
see
again?
this coming.
They have like,
Got him.
they have one stun.
Yeah.
But technically, Morphling also has one. So they have like 1.5
10
stuns.
seconds remaining.
Ravage. Oh, that's already counted.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
one.
kind
5 seconds remaining.
Just double check.
It all starts. You know what? It's when you go Phoenix Abaddon to open. That's
Yeah.
just what you get yourself into.
So what's the savior of all of this? What is your wish hero to keep the game going forever? And why is it Tinker?
Oh dear.
Not a bad tanker game, but Jesus, no.
Dude,
Stop that. Stop that.
We're not going home tonight, guys. But no, yeah. That was a slight. Oh no, these slight grins. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Something maniacal.
Something's happening.
Is Wish, does he have any of the cheeses?
Templar,
No, it's
choose
just
your hero.
TA, you know. We've seen TA actually being quite successful in the games, but it also does not have a stun.
So this is what
Who needs
Brame
stuns anyway?
also ran against, I believe, Liquid in 2 games against the Leshrac, and the Leshrac went pretty well. It wasn't as if Leshrac shut down.
Leshrac is favored through the early mid game. The Edict eats through Refraction. You also have a core Tide. They've just committed to it.
Okay, sure.
And both TA and Tide love clearing Ancients. And their other hero is Morphling.
Yeah, I think what Brame are leaning on is TA gets her timing, Morphling gets like an E-Blade, and then they're grouping up and fighting together. I guess the main concern is they don't have cheap stuns. They are all about that and kill, and in that jump they have to blow up either the Leshrac or the Jug, and that alone is very scary as your primary game plan. That is scary for sure. I think NIGMA has heavily outdrafted Brame, and if Brame are to win this, they have got some like next level approach to this game where they just have pace through the roof, and they've just given NIGMA no farm. It is worrisome, I think, this game. Don't like this draft from Brame.
Pick stuns. Don't not pick stuns. They
didn't pick stuns.
You won a game.
They picked They
picked played really well. And I don't know how you do anything on the map now, Sheaves. Like, you're just... What? You got to make mistakes now.
They're going to go.
Hey,
if they fight, they can do it.
And we have seen also Team NIGMA make mistakes, so we'll see if Brame can find some to capitalize on, and maybe they get some great team fights off the ground. But who knows what will happen in this third game? We're gonna find out together with BSJ and OD Pixel.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, the deciding game here between NIGMA and Brame. As Brame, they end with this TA that we've seen them fall back on before, and you know, they have had some good performances on it. You know, Wish, it's one of his best heroes, master tier TA. But what do you make overall of this, Brian? You know, we see a very sort of different draft from Brame, something that you wouldn't expect from other teams, the opening in particular. Are you a fan of this, or are you a little skeptical?
I'll just be straight with you, Owen. I have no idea what their draft on Brame's side is intended to do. They have 3 heroes that need to farm early. They have no stuns, and they have a support duo with no moving potential, like no roaming potential. And maybe with a bit of setup, Phoenix could offer some damage. Maybe a Batten could like enable somebody to be aggressive. But nobody...
30 seconds
Morph is very passive early game. TA hits the neutrals. Like Tide doesn't necessarily want a lot of fighting until he gets like one small item that makes him more survivable. So I'll just be straight and say I'm gonna learn something about what Brame intended with this game, because I don't know what their timings are. Enigma, on the other hand, DK is going to pressure early buildings. Jug's going to be independent while potentially pressuring buildings. And Miracle can probably just walk to any lane he wants and push W and kill the tower. So pace of the game-wise, I'm very nervous. Very nervous for Brame. As the first game, the way they came back was getting a bunch of kills. Both games so far, Brame's had a rough laning stage. And I expect Enigma kind of just outplay them again. So we're going to have to see, like, will they get the team fights on the side of Brame they need? Maybe get that early rush. Maybe that's their way back in the game.
Oh, well, we'll see. It'll definitely be some different sort of Dota, though, from Brame if they're able to pull this off. This is going to be quite something, but as it looks straight up with the draft in hand, Enigma, some obvious strengths with their heroes.
That's a really nice stun by Miracle there to get the range creep denied. Warlock Jug is just an insane lane, because Jug spins through the creeps to get to you, so he does that extra damage with the Fatal Bonds.
With just sort of the sustain of the Warlock, this is a lane that ILTW is going to feel pretty safe in at all times.
Yeah, you have to pick a kill lane to deal with this, right? Because you have the healing ward plus the shadow word from Warlock. You're never going to harass ILTW down. And Tide, Phoenix, I would not deem that to be a kill lane.
Not on my watch.
Well, up top, Mind Control and GH. What sort of pressure can they put in a Morph? Is Focus going to have a fun time farming, or is this a lane that's going to mess with him a little bit?
I think this lane's going to be a completely free trade as we see Skylark go down once again.
Last of our kind, but first
compared to the last game was what I meant by once again. But I think eventually Miracle will just walk at this top lane when DK gets 6. And at that point, I don't think a Batten or Morphling can really do anything.
Okay.
Like, they can't necessarily kill the Morphling, but they can just walk at him and force him out of lane. And then the TA is not responding, right? There's not going to be any counter gank mid assistance, so GH being a little annoying here.
And if you can weigh out the shield, okay.
He broke the salve. That was a salve from Spartan using the shield as a way to protect it, and then he just breaks it anyway. So suddenly he's got no way to come back to full health. Yeah, I'm just so concerned for the 6 to 12 minute mark for Brame. I just think Miracle has his way with this game. Lesh's only weakness is that early game he's pretty squishy, and you just have no ways of ganking him. Wish is gonna have to pull off some crazy solo kill underneath a couple traps. We did see a pretty sick performance on TA from Wish a couple days ago.
Yeah, he popped off massively, was just insanely farmed, and was single-handedly able to carry even in the very late stages of the game. Like, he is very comfortable on TA at all parts of the game. And it's bottom lane RTW this time round.
Fairy Fire 8-stick. They do get the healing word though.
And won't quite get in though.
But that's the beauty of the Warlock.
We have seen Skylark, even with that death, was able to come back into the lane and caught up quite heavily in CS.
The thing is, this lane doesn't scale in Tide's favor. You never actually kill the Jug. The only time where Jug will die is if he oversteps a bit, or if TA gets like a super early blink and they time the Ravage before the spin. But before the Blink Dagger, he really doesn't need any assistance, which means that the supports can play around Lesh if needed. And we saw what happened when they played around the Sumail Lesh on Liquid. One of the best heroes to enable super early on in the game. That seems to be why Team NIGMA has fallen back on Jug so heavily. It's just a carry that needs very little assistance once the laning stage is over. So they can really focus around their breadwinner, Miracle.
And in terms of what the supports are going to be able to achieve this game, and NIGMA getting the Rubik, pretty good game for Rubik to grab the spells.
Oh, absolutely. Abaddon's got some of the best spells to steal in the game, and you obviously got the Ravage. Even TA spells are pretty decent. You can get traps of your own. Refraction's a pretty decent spell in the mid game for survivability. Really no bad choices here. Morph, you can actually steal an attribute shift as well. Yeah, he's gonna have pick of the lot for himself here.
Not much good's happening to Radiant.
With the CS in mind at the moment. On bottom, RTW.
He is missing creeps during this. There are dire creeps underneath his own tower.
Skylark, he's got a massive creep wave here following him. We're going to see Kuro try with the body blocks. He's got the Shadow Word down.
Will it get purged? Yeah. Imagine if Kraken Shot went off
at the last moment. And it does, and they get the kill, and at the same time up top, NIGMA dive in. Take out Spartan. They will lose GH for that in the trade.
And Miracle got 6 first. Nice dodge on the stun. He would have died there, 100%. He's just maxing out the Diabolic Edict. As Kyle mentioned, very good against TA. The thing about this mid matchup is both heroes want to farm, but if they just casually run into each other while farming away from creeps, Leshrac just straight up solo kills TA. That's the problem. When people think about counters, how do the heroes want to play, and how do they interact with each other when they play that way?
Now they're even bringing in GH here for an attempt on Wish. See if they can get him. And his TPs are coming in. Miracle, just
damage. You don't need to do anything. You literally just walk at him. You didn't need to stun.
They need to stun, didn't need the lightning, just running him down. It's...
What bothers me the most is that Brame saw the lanes that they were against, other than the Morphling lane. And the Morphling lane's probably the best matchup out of all of them, and they picked before the DK. You see the Warlock Jug and you pick Tide, which to me makes no sense. And then you see Miracle, which you lost to Leshrac twice already.
Not much good's
as
happening
TA.
to Radiant's bottom tower.
You're picking it again. So, just a bit strange. That they knew what they were reversing and they still found themselves in this situation. It makes me believe that NIGMA is just kind of individually skilled across the board a bit higher. These little laning things just add up so much, like that salve break, that early deny on the range creep for Lesh, which gives them the level 6 first. Most mid lanes are decided in the first creep wave or two. And right now, since you can't really kill people early, since there's so much regen, it's pretty much a battle of the CS. Who gets more denies, who hits that 6 early, and then the supports start participating. As Skylark is not living the offlane dream right now.
He's not. He's struggling.
He can level Omni if he wants to. He does. Miracle here to clean it up.
And Kuro's even able to get his courier as well. So not only dying, but losing his courier. I mean, he's having a rough one down here, Skylark.
I don't have the widest offlane pool, but if I knew I was playing against Warlock Jug, I would never ask to play Tide. That just doesn't sound fun. Like, you're just going to get fatal bonds and spun on continuously. You can't really cut creeps because Jug buys early phase boots so he can chase you down. Leshrack's a great roaming hero. He didn't see the Lesh in the draft, but it's just such efficient rotations for Miracle. He probably missed like 2 creeps mid and came right back. We saw him farming a stack last game. This time he just gets a casual kill and then returns to his farm patterns. Now he's going to walk at the top lane. Here it comes. Mind control's level 6. Should be a pretty free rotation for Miracle to just walk at him. Yep. Steal his stacks. Focus going to get booted out of lane. Miracle might not even stick around. Is he? I think he might take the free tower, but looks like he's going to elect to go back to farming.
I mean, and what sort of moves can Brame's lineup make?
And you tell me. I hate to be grim. I just don't know what they're doing with this game 3 draft. I love the way they drafted the game 1 and game 2. They honestly had it up until the Enigma pick. I really liked what they were doing. I just don't understand. Like, they cannot kill Jug until TA gets like Blink Deso, and they can't kill Miracle. I really don't know when they can kill Miracle. I guess similar time with Ravage. That's their only playmaking ability, as Mind Control elects to come to Miracle rather than the other way around.
Here it is. Ravage. The healing ward's out in the trees. LTW, we'll find him here, diving in. Kuro, given the heal, but the burn of the Sunray, is it enough damage with the spirits? It doesn't look like it. LTW is going to be able to walk away, and that's Ravage down and out for over 2 minutes, of course. That long cooldown, and as you said, in a game where you're really kind of relying on that stun.
Yeah, phase boots are pretty much a BKB when you can just run away from everything.
Fairy's Trinket as well for Miracle.
That is the dream.
Yeah.
That's the Possessed Mask for mid laners. As does he have the Yules already coming out? Oh god, that's a 9.5 minute Yules. So now he can represent solo kill threat on pretty much everyone except for Morph. TA 800 gold away from Blink, so there will be a nice window for Miracle to be able to kill him. Miracle's looking. He is walking underneath the ward and TA traps.
Skylark down bottom. A heal. And
Miracle wants the last hit. Oh, he didn't take it.
A little bit of a miscommunication there, owning the same target that gets yours. But that gets the job done. RTW is still getting the last hit, so the outcome is the same.
Nah, I think it's a mistake, because if Miracle's gonna Yules the Omni, he's supposed to get the last hit. Otherwise, like, why did you Yules him, you know? And then Mind Control gets top tower, Miracle's gonna walk bottom tower.
I mean, this is...
Bottom tower needs some help.
Tier 1 going down does give them a new fort.
A Skylark. He's come back into the lane.
Dire's bottom tower is being chipped away.
And they're running him down. He's not getting away. Another death.
This tower? Okay, they forted it.
Oh, man. This is looking a little bit like a steamroll here. As, yeah, 0-5-0 on the offlane Tide this game, Skylark. He's having a rough one.
Mind Control might be in some trouble.
Nope. He's fine. And they gotta run.
They are going to slow down Kuroki with his trap if he procs it.
Can you get the stun?
No.
Nice.
Play of the game.
Wow.
Right there.
Give it a clap.
Yeah, TA has that taunt to clap, doesn't she?
She does, actually, yeah. Oh, hang on. Look what I found there.
Do they do enough?
He's got the strength building up. They do quite a lot of damage, though. And Focus, even with the HP built up, he's still dead. It's getting rough. We had a quick game 2. This one might be even quicker, bro.
Leshrack is incredibly strong if he's not afraid of getting bursted when he walks at you.
Look at this. Here we go.
Probably the best hero in Dota. Oh! Wow, we need
that was. I mean, that was pretty nice. Look at the. waits until the last millisecond as well. Frame perfect. Frame perfect.
If only LD was casting this so we could hear the wow.
I can hear it in the back of my head.
Yeah, me too. The thing about Lesh is you have to, he does so much damage if he's within range of his ulti and Diabolic Edict that you have to be able to kill him faster than he kills you. And
who's killing him?
Yeah, I mean, that's the question, right? Is like if you have like Lina's or even like a Rubik of your own where you steal the Lesh's stun, it's like that's a little bit of burst that threatens him. But right now, he will be able to Yules anything. Like if they try to Ravage him, if they try to like egg on top of him, there's nothing stopping him from just Yule dodging all the damage.
They're gonna kill the Jug.
Smoke Ravage. Skylark, act.
How do they start?
Act natural. Ravage it.
Oh, Ravage. Oh,
that was the play. It was right there was the Ravage. He had the Ravage right there.
They missed it now.
Skylark, act natural. He's being a little too aggressive.
I mean, they all smoked down it to do something, but then they kind of realized they can't do something.
Dude, I've been in this spot before. Trust me, I've had my favorite
I know.
drafts where like
you're painting this beautiful picture and it all comes together and it looks like a 3-year-old drew it. I just don't. I don't know, man. You have this beautiful mural in mind and it's a bunch of stick figures at this point. GH is walking into their triangle at 13 minutes without fear of death.
They kill the egg.
Warlock right clicks. Well, Owen.
Well, at least we had a long kind of brawler of a game one. This
we did. We had
we had game one. What was it? Kuro's not even dead. He's not even dead. Miracle's in with the Yules. They've got the stuff. Mike John jumping in as well.
Good patience with the stun there. To wait till the Batten shielded.
As Wish is dead. Focus and Skylark are coming in.
Kuroki might be going down.
Or not. No, he's not. The healer ward's out. He's going to be fine. They've got him with the stun. But the Ravage will save him. The Ravage will save him. They're trying to kill Warlock. They do get Warlock. The Spartan's dead. Focus has got to run. So Ravage down, but kill has been achieved. Oh, he stole Ravage. Oh, no.
He's already got attribute ship, so he's got 1,800 health.
A Skylark. What's he doing?
He's trying to make sure he gets his agents.
Yeah. I'll get him.
He weakened him up a little bit for NIGMA to farm it.
I mean, what happened, Brian, to the Brame of game one?
A Batten Phoenix might be the weirdest opening I've ever seen. I'll just be honest with you. The heroes have absolutely no synergy. It's both of your supports, which you reveal to have no stuns. So when you have two supports with no playmaking potential, they can just pick greedy cores that are survivable and don't die to slows. And you have no playmaking potential. And the best you can do is to pick 3 cores, or at least 2, that clean up that weakness a little bit, right? They patch up the weakness. And then they just picked 2 farming cores and like only farming cores, don't make plays in the first 15 minutes, and a long cooldown offlaner that needs a follow-up. Like Tide works with follow-ups. So you have a bunch of heroes that are follow-up. You have 5 follow-up heroes. So like you said, who goes first, you know? You see this Jug, you're staring him down with 4 heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You can't do anything. Oh, he spun TP a little bit too early.
Missed a couple of creeps there.
Gonna have to talk about that efficiency ILTW.
Straight to Roche, here we have it. It has been scanned out. There's no Ravage available though. 40 seconds, and without that, they just don't really have a team fight to turn up with. So, even though they know this is going on, nothing to be done about it. NIGMA's going to be able to throw down the Aegis for themselves without any interruption.
Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
That's a lot of deaths. 7 deaths on Titan. Does have 69 CS.
Radiant took down Roshan.
Oh, he finished the camp too fast. Anyone to appreciate it? That's about the nicest thing so far this game.
So it's been a tough one here for Brame.
It just sucks because you can see how good they are in game 1 if given the tools to execute, right?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
we're
attack.
here trying to make fun of the game in a little bit just because there's not too much else to do, but it just shows how strategic of a game Dota is. I mean, once the game plays itself out, these are just the kind of drafts that tier 1 players and captains don't give themselves. You never find them with absolutely no way to win the game.
Oh, look at this. About to solo him. Oh, he's not. Because Spartan able to put the borrowed time, get the shield out of focus to keep him safe. They're ready to start chasing, though. The borrowed time already used. Spartan's got nothing else to save himself. As Nigma will be able to, well, maybe. Okay, that's going to drop the golem there, not even let Spartan TP out.
He thought that Miracle was going to be able to find the Morphling, so he elected to golem the support there. That says a lot when a Warlock can golem a 5 position and you don't feel too bad about it.
Miracle's hunting.
So thanks. He just controls the entire map.
They gotta run. They gotta run this Leshrax on a prowl.
Why stop there? You might as well cut the next creep wave while we're here. Very nice. And this is what we call pressure farming, you know? You're killing creeps, you're still getting just as much farm, but you're running at the opponents while doing so. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Radiant's top tower has
taking some very early towers as well.
Middle tower isn't
Tier
going
2
to
tower
last
down in the mid here, 17 minutes in. Gonna have Elder Dragon form up in 20 seconds. He looks to try and poke at the high ground.
They don't have Golem. That's about the only thing Brame's got going for him here. Fusel done on LTW, which is going to be quite potent against the Tide of Bad and combo, as they really rely on prolonging the fight. It's even good against Morphling too. Great defusal game.
This tier 3's going down pretty quickly.
He can't even ravage. He doesn't have the mana.
That's got the 1 charges. Dragon control. He's in. He's going to force back Phoenix here with the Dragon Tail's down wish.
The meld strike for massive damage on the DK with 25 armor.
Hey, they pushed him back. They have managed to push back Nigma for now.
They're just going to reset the lanes real quick and resume. Looks like Brame is drawing a line down the top lane, knowing that Nigma's going to push bottom and mid, and that they got to get a little bit of pressure on the map as best they can.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
They've got time. Aegis is still out for another couple minutes. They've got exactly 2 minutes on that Aegis. So they'll probably just wait the next Dragon form. 70-second cooldown. There'll be a nice little timing window. Kaya Sanj done on Miracle. Best mid item of the patch if you're able to build it.
Yeah, and the Nether Shawl picked up as well.
He might solo him. Yep, here it is.
Is it enough?
Ooh, fate.
A little bit of a helping hand there, GH.
No honor, man. He was going for the solo kill.
Now up the high ground they go. Ready to go again. There's no morph here for 30 seconds. Borrowed time will be used. They've got the Yules ready to come in after it. Stuns out. Spartan's going to die. Scarlet, they're trying to step in. They'll put the supernova. They'll back off from this. Mind control.
He has a hood going.
Very cute.
Blink away.
Yeah, a hood into the blink out, blocking the damage long enough to make sure the blink was available. And they're taking the racks here. 20 minutes in. Brame, they've got nothing to stop this. A Miracle. He's just going to waltz right up into the tier 4s.
Dire's middle barracks.
A bit of a setup here onto Wish. They'll take the melee racks. More TP's in. Right underneath the nose of Mind Control. Mind Control just turns with the Dragon Tail stun. Focus has got a run, but he's dead. He's dead. He's gone once again. 40 seconds down. As Nigma, they'll happily stick around. There's no Morphling.
Dire's middle barracks are falling.
Yeah. The Aegis is going to be a nice free regen room. In case you were wondering if Miracle Orange Juice is to get the Nether Shawl, you got to play now, come out. Towards that Shiva's guard.
Dire's bottom tower
LTW getting to do that similar no damage build that we thought he was going to do in game 2. Since you have a real carry in the mid lane. You know, I'm if Nigma wants to adopt this playstyle.
It's working really well.
It's a great patch.
20-minute victories.
It's a great patch for it because of what we've talked about, how safe the mid lane is right now.
Yeah.
And as long as your carry is like a durable, survivable type, Lifestealer, Jug, Troll, you can be like a somewhat 2 position as these heroes. Where yes, you're gonna build normal carry items, but you don't need to go the farming items. You know, the Battle Furies, the Maelstroms. You can just be a part of the game with your team and leave the carrying up to the mid laner. And Miracle, he is #1 net worth both the last 2 games. And it doesn't even look like anything fancy happened in that fight. They kind of just walked at him and push some spells, and here they go. Skylark smoked up.
Let's see what they do. Oh, he's staying up. Oh, here it comes. Ravage into the ambush. They get the kill on Miracle. Now Turner wants GH. GH able to steal the waveform. He's on his way out, but Wish is in with the damage. Double kill for Wish. All right.
Okay, a little sign of life.
Oh, RTW and Monster, they're also coming around. Do they want to fight this? They're down 2 members at the moment on NIGMA.
I wouldn't recommend it. We did see a bit of this in game 1.
Yeah.
No reason to fight now. Just wait. Okay, do kill the healing ward. Plus 75.
RTW stepping back in.
No man on tide. Wish is waiting again.
He is, Wish. Oh. Are they going to come close?
They're baiting. This is like
waiting,
but with a TA.
Oh, but they see him.
Oh, no, they
Did they have the damage though? He's actually able to get out with a refraction of the euphoric shield. He's able to jump away. Focus, still alive.
Level 2 egg.
They're able to kill the egg in time. RTW heads straight over towards Wish. Wish will still end up going down. Now there was Skylark. Skylark to fall. Focus as well. 4 dead on Brame. And they'll call it. They've had enough. GG, well played. Another a 23-minute victory here from NIGMA.
Let's go, NIGMA.
I mean, this went just so downhill this series for Brame after game 1. Game 1, a solid performance against NIGMA, but game 2 and game 3, NIGMA just completely outclassing them.
Yeah.
What a game, man. What a beast. Okay guys, that's it for tonight. Please like and subscribe. Okay, see us. Good night everyone.
Yeah. MD, JPB, it's only right, baby.
Yeah, why you mad? I got a bag, bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stubbed, that's a fact, yo. And if you think I'm frontin', you can run it back, yo. Go on, run it back. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah.